Okay, somehow we got cut off. So we are ready to turn the page. Okay. Shot up like an arrow and landed right in the hot air balloon. I tried to scramble out, but my paw got stuck under all the supplies at the bottom of the basket. There would be no quick getaway for me. Trap had already hopped in after me, and Wild Willie was loosening the ropes that kept us tied to the ground. "Go with the adventure," he shouted, and with that, the hot air balloon rose into the sky, up, up, and away. I stuck my snout out of the balloon in horror. The ground was moving farther and farther away. "Help, help, I want to get out," I shouted. Whiskers flapping in the wind, Wild Willie shouted back, "Too late, you can't get out now, but you'll like the ride, I give you my word." I tried to gather my courage. "All right, Trap, you've got me here. Now you owe it to me to tell me about this treasure." Trap put his paw under his shirt and retrieved what looked like an old piece of paper. He shoved it under my snout. The first thing I noticed was a terrible stench. The whole map smelled like rotten fish. Ew. It was a small, crumpled, torn sheet of paper. A piece at the very bottom was missing. "Here's the map." P.U., he says. And here we see a picture of the map. "If it's treasure that you seek, look deep into the forefathers' eyes, and don't forget to peek." The map was torn here. I sniffed and then almost gagged. Trap, why does this map stink? "Because I found it in New Mouse City's docks. Someone had thrown it into a garbage can filled with fish guts," he explained. I pinched my nostrils, took the map, and read the instructions out loud. "If it's treasure that you seek, look deep into the eyes. Look deep into the forefathers' eyes, and don't forget to peek." "Don't forget to peek? I wonder what that means," I mused. "I've got it," said Wild Willie, pointed to a spot directly beneath us. "What do you use to peek?" Glasses," I said. "That's right," said Willie. "So we..." Oh, here it goes different. Oh, so they're starting to fly over Mount Rushmore, which, as you may remember, is the stone sculpture of 4 former presidents. It says there, Geronimo and his companions in adventure, Trap and Wild Willie. Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore National Memorial is an enormous sculpture carved into the Black Hills of South Dakota. The sculpture shows the faces of 4 American presidents, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. The artist, Gutzon Borglum, and his workers cut the giant heads into the side of Mount Rushmore from 1927 to 1941. Borglum died before the monument could be completed, and the work was finished by his son, Lincoln Borglum. So this is a real place, boys and girls. You can actually go there and see this. It's quite something to see such a huge sculpture where they cut it out of the rock. Okay. Have to look there, from President Roosevelt's eyes. He's the only one wearing glasses. I followed the gaze and almost passed out from fright. We were floating above Mount Rushmore. I slapped myself in the snout, then winced in agony. Of course. Why hadn't I thought of it? The American forefathers were presidents. Wild Willie was a genius. Great, but how are you and Trap going to get down there? I asked innocently. Wild Willie twirled his whiskers. He sized us up with his piercing blue eyes. Well, I'm all muscle and Trap is all fat, which makes you the lightest. So you're it. Are you ready for adventure, Stilton? What? Me? No way, I screeched. The next thing I knew, they were lowering me out of the balloon. And here he is. Why, oh why do these things always happen to me? We don't even see the balloon. It's just Geronimo getting lowered out of, oh, he is hanging in the middle of nowhere. Go with the adventure, Stilton, Wild Willie called down to me. Why, oh why do these things always happen to me? I moaned. For all the holes in a slice of Swiss, I swear. All I wanted was a relaxing vacation. There was absolutely nothing relaxing about hanging from a rope hundreds of feet above Mount Rushmore. In front of my snout loomed the faces of 4 famous American presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. Their eyes were enormous, looming before me like the jaws of a pack of hungry cats. As I dangled by my tail, I reflected on the 14 years it had taken to carve Mount Rushmore. It must have taken tons of dynamite as well as the work of lots and lots of sculptors. What an incredible feat! And then I recognized the giant features of Theodore Roosevelt and saw that he was indeed wearing glasses. He was definitely the one the map referred to. I looked up at the balloon and shouted, "I found him! But I can't get any closer! Try swinging yourself toward the glasses as hard as you can," shouted Wild Willie. "And don't worry, if we think you're in danger, we'll tug at the rope 3 times. I didn't want to, but I did as I was told and took a deep breath. Hanging onto the rope, I began to swing. I began to swing and swing. I began to swing and swing. So he's starting to swing. Okay. What a cheese-curdling experience. I was sure I'd be splattered all over the granite rock. Instead, on the very last swing, I catapulted myself into the dead center of Roosevelt's eye. It was as empty as a cheese shop the day after Christmas. Hidden in a corner, I found a rolled-up piece of parchment paper. I pounced on it. Another clue. It read, "There are jewels that no mouse can part. These should be left within the earth's heart." And then we move on. Last one there pays the bill. I think we're going to stop here. So on this week, there's going to be 2 different videos because the first video I got cut off and then I finished it up on the second video. So I'll talk to you again later, boys and girls. Have a good week.